APRON co-workers. On a little boat. Do you love me? I care for you like a friend. Welcome to our Gospel Commentary channel, to discover yourself. Today we talk about the Easter and weekday meaning of Jesus' manifestation on the Lake of Tiberias, just as the disciples were busy with their work. For a more complete overview of our human, cultural and spiritual proposal, we suggest you visit the website juvie.art. John 21 verses 1 to 19. The same sign of overfishing, in Luke 5 verses 1 to 11, is even placed on the day when Jesus invites the first disciples to follow him to become fishers of men. The miracle of vocation expands the journey of the faithful in Christ and concerns every experience we can have of the risen one in ordinary duty. And what mission is entrusted to us to experience him alive? The church is not composed of phenomena, but of a stubborn, eager and insecure leader. Peter. Someone is in and out. Thomas. Others remain tied to the past. Nathaniel. And there is no shortage of fanatics. The sons of Zebedee. So the anonymous ones. That is, all of us. Peter realizes that before giving orders he has to act and expose himself. If he does so, the others will decide spontaneously. Verse 3. But without the torch of the word, no result. Following Peter is not enough. Here is Jesus, on the shore of the ultimate condition. He calls us and leads the way, guides the activity. And it is finally light, the dawn. The net must be cast on the side right, verse 6, that is, on the good side. To lift people from the depths of polluted waters and waves of death. We must start and aim for the best in each person, bringing out the good that is always there. A call for us. So Peter, each community chief, must not have preconceptions, but take off the cassock of group leader and put on his servant's apron. Verse 7. The Greek verb is that of the washing of the feet. For a job that gives results according to God, love, you have to wear the same garment as Christ. Only distinctive feature, the dress of someone who does not give orders, but receives them. This is the trait of the authentic church, nothing big. It does not arrive on an ocean liner, but on a little boat. Verse 8 Greek text. And it remains small in size, like a little yeast, to embrace anyone. All this shapes a different consciousness of inadequacy, that in faith only positive, because it understands the brethren. It recognizes them in the depths of itself, and knows how to justify the resistance to the announcement. We are collaborators of the APRON. To dialogue with those who need recovery, in whatever condition of vortex or periphery they find themselves. Therefore, to graze. Verses 15-17. Means to proceed in the initiative, and to nourish. Not to command. Those who lead must be a sign of a God who never tires, or takes revenge. Amiable and inviting face of him who is able to amaze and put Simon back on his feet. The chief apostle, who had been called to freedom and had chosen the condition of a lackey. John 21 verse 9. With the fire of embers. In John 18 verse 18. So the enemy of God is the search for average life. A quagmire where one does not throw oneself. A reflection for the Scout leader reads: Remember, Scout leader. If you slow down, they stop. If you yield, they back off. If you sit down, they will lie down. If you walk ahead, they will overtake you. If you give your hand, they will give their skin. Now the message becomes part of ourselves. But Jesus calls Simon with the attribute of John, because he still considers him spiritually a learner of the Baptist. Despite his wobbles, the Lord puts him back on his feet. Thus, at the end of a game of reproposals, in the dialogue it is Jesus himself who settles for a love of friendship. Greek text. Modifying the double question. Do you love me? With the third. Do you care for me? Human love awaits a minimum of satisfaction. It fails to configure itself as a pure loss. It waits for a little while. At least a nod of approval and gratitude. No recognition. Then it is the strongest who yields. To wait is the infinitive of the verb to love, because it allows you to be born again. Human feeling is in a hurry. Regulates its conduct by the success or perfections of the beloved. Divine love restores, helps to become another person, it does not break the understanding. His calling is not tied to merit and performance. Even through works, saying, I love you, is unfortunately not infrequently a fatuous declaration. Or a sincere expression, but often animated by enthusiasm without deep roots. Which, when put to the test, transforms the oath of loyalty into a fragile and uncertain feeling. It is the awareness of one's own unpresentability freely redeemed and transformed into a ground of absurd trust. That transforms the presumption of oneself in a postulate. For this reason Jesus asks Peter to begin, starting with the little ones of the flock. Verse 15. And to graze, verses 15-17. Or to shepherd, verse 16. Means to feed. To nourish, to care for, to protect, to foster, to initiate, to take personal risks, to defend and to put one's face on the line. Not to command. To graze the sheep is to make oneself present, in a continuous series of references. It is this climate that convinces, educates, nourishes and supports, allowing to grow and flourish. To shepherd is not, precisely, to dominate, but to feed the ideal. And to start from the tiny flock. Verse 15. In short, in order to ensure a happy outcome, the true believer, the friend of the Lord, the Son of God, does not ally himself with people who count. And then we'll see. Nor must he fish proselytes, but rather expand and cheer life. The fullness of the result is the happiness of every single real woman and man as they are. Not as should be according to opinion. In fact, Jesus does not ask Peter, are you a good administrator? Are you a fine organizer? Are you a skilled animator? Are you equipped, intelligent, shrewd, and introduced enough to stand up to your adversaries? In short, what force dehumanizes man, instead of deifying him? Uncertainty is not the enemy of God, but the search for average life. A quagmire where one does not throw oneself. John 21 verses 1 to 19. Thank you all for your kind attention. We invite you to subscribe to the channel to stay updated on our activities. If you liked it, leave a well done to support us. Subscribe, give your precious like, share with your friends, and comment too. Thank you, join us, and see you soon.